In one of the most significant escalations in the Middle East in decades, the United States and Israel carried out large-scale military strikes against the Islamic Republic of Iran on February 28, 2026, marking the beginning of an ongoing armed conflict that has rapidly spread across the region. In the early hours of Saturday, airstrikes and bombardments hit multiple locations inside Iran, with explosions reported in major cities including Tehran. The attacks were described by Israeli officials as preemptive strikes aimed at degrading Iran's nuclear and military capabilities. Assassination of Supreme Leader. A central development in the unfolding crisis was the reported death of Iran's Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in the initial phase of the joint U.S. Israeli campaign. The White House and Israeli leadership stated that Khamenei was killed during strikes on Tehran, though the exact circumstances and independent confirmation remain limited. U.S. officials described the operation as Operation Epic Fury, while Israel referred to its portion as Operation Roaring Lion, both designed to strike strategic military and nuclear-related targets. These actions follow long-standing tensions over Iran's nuclear program and regional influence, balanced against years of diplomatic talks that ultimately failed to produce a binding agreement. Widespread regional impact. The strikes triggered an immediate closure of airspace across Iran and emergency measures within Israel, including air raid sirens, school closures, and a near-total shift to defensive readiness at hospitals. Iranian forces and allied militias reportedly launched retaliatory attacks, with missiles and drones directed not only at Israeli territory but also at U.S. bases and allied positions across the Middle East. Reports suggest explosions and tense military activity in nations including Iraq, Syria, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait. Global reactions and diplomatic strain. The military offensive has drawn sharp global responses. Russia condemned the strikes, denouncing them as an unprovoked act of armed aggression against a sovereign nation and warning of broader humanitarian and economic consequences. Moscow also backed Iran's call for a session of the UN Security Council to address the crisis. Meanwhile, Western capitals have offered mixed reactions, some emphasizing the need for de-escalation and renewed diplomacy, while others echoed concerns about Iran's regional capabilities, humanitarian concerns, and uncertain toll. Details about casualties and infrastructure damage remain limited and chaotic due to the rapidly evolving situation. Independent verification of reported strikes, including claims of high-profile leadership deaths and civilian impacts, is still unfolding. Humanitarian organizations and news agencies are continuing to monitor developments on the ground as much of the region braces for further escalation.